It started with running. I lost all the weight through running, but my transformation didn't end there.
Yeah, I guess injuries are quite common in transitional journeys.
You start with the foundation, understand what the protein and fiber sources are that help you optimize your nutrition.
So it's like any physical activity which is close to our heart.
Combining resistance training and cardiovascular exercises so that stimulates the right mechanisms for fat loss. So what I would suggest is take smaller steps, make sure they are sustainable as in enjoyable long term.
Yeah. People think that maintaining fitness is about being a Virat Kohli or being a Hrithik Roshan. How do you prove it otherwise?
Find your sweet spot. Try to be you. Evidence stating that meditation helps you with your overall well-being.
So from what we've known, you were initially an obese kid who were desperate about losing weight.
Correct.
Yeah. Could you take us back to that moment where you felt like you were never going back? I'm never going back.
So honestly, this is quite close to my heart. It was quite often that I felt that I would never get there.
Okay.
In a very simple, like in a very few words, what I would say is I took it one day at a time. And that's what sort of helped me.
Okay.
So it started with running. I lost all the weight through running, but my transformation didn't end there. In fact, I would say it started there because that's when I injured myself.
Oh.
So, yes.
Yeah, I guess injuries are quite common in transitional journeys.
Absolutely. And especially if you're not working on the fundamentals like your nutrition, hydration, your exercise programming, it can hamper your transformation and put you at a risk of, injuries and setbacks.
That's a wonderful answer, sir. Moving on to the next question, sir. Students, especially in those in between age gaps of 18 to 20 years, they find it difficult to maintain this diet and to follow a proper plan, whether it's about money or time constraints. How do you suggest them to focus on their fitness? How do you suggest them? What's the most practical way for them to invest in this?
I would rather say oversimplify than overcomplicate. It's not a big deal, to be honest. You start with the foundation, understand what the protein and fiber sources are that help you optimize your nutrition, work on your hydration levels. Always start with the basics. Make sure that you're eating on time. Locally grown food is
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
Yes.
You don't have to have fancy food to, have fat loss or muscle gain related goals. And find a physical activity that you would enjoy. Right.
So it's like any physical activity which is close to our heart.
Yes, that's of course something that you can enjoy close to your heart, and also that aligns with evidence, right?
What?
So I would say combining resistance training and cardiovascular exercises so that stimulates the right mechanisms for fat loss.
What's your personal favorite, sir?
Running.
This one's very personal for me, and we have seen people who were highly motivated on day one, but they lack the same on day two. Even I've experienced this. But how, with your experience, how do you like to help them? With your experience.
Absolutely. So, as the theme of my talk today, it starts with consistency and start with small steps,
Okay.
right? It can be as simple as your hydration goal.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna start hitting my hydration goals from today. It can start with that. Next week, you can start with working on your nutrition. Then you can start with your exercise. So, what I would suggest is take smaller steps, make sure they are sustainable, as in enjoyable long term,
Yeah.
and that's a sure shot way of driving your transformation.
So you say small steps make the bigger difference.
Absolutely. Something that you can sustain and follow long term.
Moving to our next question. When it comes to a debate regarding high protein diets, one name that often comes to our mind is Ronnie Coleman. And we often see celebrities who often they undergo drastic change in their facial features due to consumption of high protein. Okay, is it really that hazardous or is it that dangerous?
So there's a lot of myth and misconception around protein
Yes.
and building muscle, and is it actually necessary? Because talking about the reality, the brutal reality, there are certain ways or sports that
Demand
need
a
you
lot.
to demand a lot and sort of force you choose the wrong paths, as in
Yeah.
using pharmaceuticals to get there,
Yes.
which I'm personally not a fan of, and I never preach that approach. What I would recommend is, let's understand what protein is. So it basically, an ideal protein source should contain all 9 essential amino acids, right? And you get them through whole foods. Supplementary supplements are always secondary,
Okay.
right? So you start with a whole food diet, and since you mentioned Ronnie Coleman, he's
Yes.
a bodybuilder,
Yes.
and that's a completely different
That is a
sport.
different track and it's
Yes,
unrelated for commoners like us.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, regarding this commoners thing, there was this misconception about fitness in my circle. I have personally seen this. People think that maintaining fitness is about being a Virat Kohli or being a Hrithik Roshan. How do you prove it otherwise?
Find your sweet spot. Try to be you.
Okay.
Again, start with what you like. Make sure you set the foundation by staying consistent, and make sure it's sustainable long term,
Okay.
and then take it forward.
So it's being ourselves is the first major thing.
Absolutely. Yes, you need to do you first.
So you say Virat Kohli is Virat Kohli because of who he is.
Absolutely. Everyone has to have their own identity
Yeah.
in terms of what they like
Okay.
and stay consistent at it.
Huh. That's the major thing, sir. Moving on to the next question, sir. Do you think in maintaining a regular and a neat toned physique, is it related to genetics? How does genetic influence one's transformation?
I would say genetic play a very small role, considering you can define and determine the health outcomes, and choosing the right interventions, lifestyle interventions, setting your lifestyle routine, making the right choices, making the right dietary choices, having the right exercise program. So, a little bit of research and help from a specialist,
Okay.
a health coach definitely helps there.
Okay. So, other than fitness, what exactly are you interested in regarding fitness training or other thing? What exactly or which thing are you interested in generally?
I believe in holistic wellness, and mental health plays a crucial role here.
Okay.
And I personally would encourage one to try heartfulness meditation, which I personally follow. And I come from a community
Oh,
of spiritual people, and yeah, it's a must try, because there is evidence stating that meditation helps you with your overall well-being.
okay. Regarding the mental fitness which I have mentioned, sir, how does that define the physical stability of a person? How does the mental state define the physical transformation?
That's a great question. Let me take up the example of running. So, there is research stating that running helps with mental toughness, which I personally use because I'm a marathon runner.
Okay.
And this is where I try and link meditation to it to enhance my mental toughness and to understand my inner self.
Okay. So, doing the thing which we like or doing the thing which we enjoy motivates and stabilizes our mental health.
Absolutely.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful
Yeah,
time, sir.
absolutely.